Here's day 2 of them putting up the building. As I said, it's 50 feet by 30 feet. So we got our 3 10-foot doors. We're gonna have a walk-in door here and a walk-in door there. I already got my toolbox in here. They started about 12:30 yesterday. Got all the base plates done, got their truck unloaded. First thing this morning, I think about 7:30, they got out here, stood the trusses up, got the door frame up, and they just started putting their purlins across the top after they got it all squared. They spent a couple hours squaring it up, which, I mean, I'm glad they took the time. I'd rather it be done right. But I think they're waiting to put this end in until after they're finished using the forklift in there. That way they're not fighting to get it in and out. But we got 14 feet to the eave. And it's gonna be a struggle. I gotta get up here all the way to the top to run a single wire across for my lights. But hoping I can get it done with my ladder. I got a safety harness to strap around the rafter just in case. Definitely a lot taller than you think it is when you hear 14 feet. For sure. In some ways it's taller, in some ways it feels like it's a smaller building. Got both my doors right there. I'm happy because they actually match the doors of my house. Got the Suburban pulled up because I actually have the top of my toolbox in the back of it. So it's coming along. Hoping that maybe they'll get the ceiling on, not ceiling, the roof on today. If they do, I'll take a picture or take some videos. I took a couple pictures the first day, but was really just trying to stay out of their way. They're kind of on lunch right now, so wanted to take a quick video where I could stay out of their way, but kind of get an in progress shot and video to share with you guys. Gonna have this, it's a foil. There's foil on both sides of it, and it has fiberglass insulation on the inside. I want to say it looks like it's 1 inch that's been compressed down to 1/4 of an inch, but I'm not 100% certain on it. But it's going to go all over the top and all in the sides. I'm going to try to get that double bubble foil insulation to go on the back of the doors because they're going to be canister doors. You'll probably see that later in this video because I'll probably wait to put this up once I have a little bit more to go with it. But I'm excited. Ready for it all to get put up. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, here's the update for day number 3 of them working on it. They got the sides up yesterday. They've been working on the fronts and backs today, got all the purlins up, have done the trim around the roof. They just went to lunch and are gonna start doing the roof after lunch, I believe. They got the doors in, front and back. I like these because they actually match my house. I need to paint them. They just come primed, I believe. Gonna have to figure out something for this. I believe by the time I use the door trim that came with the doors and like a 3/4 inch piece of drywall in this area, it'll fill this gap out fine. I'll probably end up putting a piece of angle iron in here to reinforce the door latches. Definitely coming together. Probably gonna have to use a piece of smart channel or half slot channel, I don't know what you call it, to span between 2 of these for where one of my lights is gonna go. The rest of them I think will be pretty good with how I was wanting to mount them on the rafters. The 6x6 post for the loft is gonna be literally butted up right against this door. So that'll end up working out fine. It'll be a good break because, like I said, at least the side walls are gonna have to be 3/4 inch plywood, or not plywood or drywall, whatever we end up going with. But I really want to do 1/2 inch for the rest of it, so I'm gonna have to. It gives me a shorter run of having to deal with it, thankfully. You know, same thing over there. The 6x6 post will be butted right up against that door. It does mean that my light switches are all gonna have to be right here, which wasn't the original plan. but you make it work. So still got my toolbox over here, hoping that if they keep the lift here for a couple more days, I can grab my 2 roller chests. They're not too bad to move through the grass or get on a trailer if I need to, but if I can use that lift, why won't I? Why wouldn't I? So I'm gonna have a light, see, on the 4th, I believe it's the 4th one. Yeah, the 4th support, right there, and like I said, I'm gonna spread between these 2, and then the last one will be right there. And I'm gonna do that on both sides, 4 supports in. That'll have a good overlap in the center, plenty close to the edge, so I shouldn't have any dark spots. I mean, I'll probably obviously have shadows underneath cars. I'll still need some lights underneath of there, but so they got full insulation. Here you can see a better idea of what it is. It's got like a foil white backing, and it's a compressed fiberglass insulation. When I went and did the tour of one of their buildings, it was a 95 day, and it felt like it was in the mid 70s in there. It was warm, but it wasn't bad. So I'm thinking once we put a mini split in here, it'll be pretty comfortable. But we got a bad storm coming tomorrow, so I think they just want to wrap up the top really quickly so that they can get it dried in, which I definitely appreciate. I mean, granted, you know, they're not doing anything else inside, but I'm certain they want to keep the backs of the insulation all dry. So I think they're going to try and knock that out and maybe finish up this back wall today. And then when they come in on Friday, they'll just have to finish out a lot of the trim work, and my wainscot bottom strip is going to be gray to match the brick on the house. And then they said the doors will come in sometime Friday, so we might not get those in until Monday, but I'm ready for those because I have to wait for those to come in to order the brush seals for the sides to help seal it up a little bit better. Only other concern I have right now is there's some gap right there where they dip down for the entrance. So I'm gonna have to figure out if it's gonna be covered, if I'm gonna have to backfill it in. I don't think it's gonna be a major issue, but it's something I'm gonna have to consider. Well, that's today's update. I'll try to do one more update before I leave for work tonight to see where they got. Quick update at the end of day 3. They just finished up. They got the whole roof complete. All the trim on the edging of the roof. They got the metal between the doors. Trying to wrap it up before we get some rain tomorrow to dry everything out. So they've got full insulation on the roof and full insulation on the walls as well. We've carried the metal all the way down to right there. Still got to go probably another 2 rows of blue and then a final row of gray around the whole bottom. They said they might come out tomorrow depending on how bad the rain is, so fingers crossed it's not too terrible. But not much longer. I'll keep updating this video. Well, it's finally finished. It's a couple days later. I've been busy working on wiring it, bringing everything in. It said 50 feet wide, 30 feet deep, 3 10 by 10 doors. Got the gray on it to match the house. Got some high windows to let a little bit of light in. There's a little bit of light coming in through here. I think I might just hit it the corners with some spray foam. Got my door that'll go into my backyard. So far, I mean, it feels really good in there once it has a breeze. Otherwise, it's kind of stale, stagnant air. My meter box can go right there. My local utility company said 4.5 feet minimum to the center. I think this is like 4'7", to like 5.5 feet was their limit. So, And because this is a 50-foot building and I did the horizontal siding, they actually had to do 2 pieces. I think they're like 25 foot and 6 inches and have a slight overlap. And didn't bother us too much. And here she is. Got my lights hung up, haven't ran the power cords for them. They're all just ran off extension cords coming from my toolbox right now. Been busy trying to run all the power, got all my boxes mounted, except for the light receptacles up top. And my breaker box mounted. Per code right now, you have to be at least under 6'7" to the center of these breakers. I think I'm 6'5" or 6'6" to these breakers. I have some GFCI circuit protection. I'll have some GFCI breakers for the lights. You can see all my boxes up there. I picked up this from Sam's Club, $200, just to have something heavier duty to put this stuff on eventually. Tried to weld up the wheels, but unfortunately on a 100-foot extension cord, I couldn't quite get the penetration out of this little tiny welder. So, got all of my wiring supplies all over the place. These will be to mount my lights outside. Definitely some room to grow into. This is a pipe for the utility company to bury their line in. Well, hopefully I'll be posting more content soon. Trying to get this all taken care of so I can actually start pulling vehicles in. I pulled the Suburbans in for a quick picture because they're the 2 vehicles that were home that didn't leak. Still have to make the driveway. Hopefully gonna have a lift put in eventually. But yeah, it's been a long week. I think this time last week it was just a concrete slab, and now we got a fully insulated building with half a bay of lights in it. All right, I'll keep you guys posted and updated.